Oh, this nigga. What is this nigga doing? Travis Hunter,
Uh-oh.
you gotta relax.
Well, he got on a. Don't tell me he
He's
got on one knee right
dancing.
before the fucking
He's
draft.
dancing. Nah, she's right there though.
All right, it's
She's
live,
right there.
man.
Don't say nothing.
I mean, he fucking
Oh,
he's
here we go.
there.
Boom.
Got on
Nice.
see
Yeah,
right
this shit.
before the fucking draft. He's dancing.
Well, let me send it to these niggas real quick.
Yo, man, whatever criminal or burglar there is in Green Bay, my nigga, if he decide to go out on a house home invasion
Oh my
uh
God. You
spree right now,
spree.
my nigga, he
Home
would
invasion
cake it. There
spree.
can't be more. There can't be more than this amount of people in Green Bay
I bet. Oh shit. Shit.
What amount of
that
people?
then are at the draft. If you turn the TV
Where
on, I
is
can't
it?
even
Is
explain it. It's
where
just
is it?
crazy.
It's in Lambeau.
Yeah,
It's in Green
yeah, it's
Bay.
in Lambeau, yeah.
No, I know it's in
I,
Green
that
Bay,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
got to be there can't be another venue that houses a lot of people in Green Bay, right? Okay, so with your
I don't
theory,
know.
then
Yeah,
the same
yeah, it's
burglar could do the
definitely on the
same shit
outside.
every home game Sunday, right or wrong? To tell you the truth, I
No,
feel
but
like
no, there's
it's
more
better to
people here
do it
than a
on a
game.
home game Sunday than it is today because you got more people than usual.
Right.
Nah,
What do you mean, nah?
there's way more
Yo,
people
what?
here than a game.
Yo, so
That's what I'm
so
saying. There's more like when it's a game, you just got the local Green Bay people in the stadium. That's the easy real burglar shit. Now you got extra niggas, hotels, people
No,
coming
no, no,
and
no.
going.
I'm saying like going. No, I'm saying like go into these niggas' houses and shit, like and steal.
Whose houses? The locals.
The yeah, the
the
locals.
one
Okay.
MS-13,
That's what I just said. That's what I'm saying.
the one MS-13 in the whole Wisconsin, he's gonna rob and spree.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it makes more sense during a home game than it does during the draft.
Right.
I don't know. I just think that there's way more people here because for a home game, there's only a certain amount of tickets you can get.
Right.
What
Like
do you mean way more people? Way more
like
people at the draft?
yes.
Okay, so you think that more people moved to Green Bay to live there to go to the draft? I don't understand. What do you
I don't
mean?
understand I don't understand either. I'm just saying that like there can't like there's so many people here that there has to be a lot of houses empty right now.
Okay, but you think that all those people that are at the draft in Green Bay live in Green Bay? Or do you think perhaps there's some people who don't live in Green Bay that went to visit Green Bay for the draft?
Oh, that could be, but I don't understand why one has to be right and one has to be wrong. I feel like we can both be right. I see a lot of cheese heads. I do see a lot of other jerseys, but just in general,
I just
Lambo
don't.
is a
I think your original premise was very flawed, and you just don't want to admit it.
mm, I don't know about that.
Uh, okay. Hold on a second. My man Gio's on.
These niggas are already
George
about to
agrees
fight.
with
It's
me,
not
by the
even
way.
2 minutes into the game. I love it.
Uh-oh.
Bad boy Pistons are back.
Yeah, do it in the playoffs.
Why am I sending it to
They
us?
are, and they did.
Oh, shit.
How about
Yo,
Mikael
Flick,
Bridges, huh? Balling out.
just like you predicted. Yeah, it's crazy.
I
But
know what you did.
yeah, what's that? What's those you said what you said, what is it, 360? What's the best we got?
Yeah, so I'm bet 365 because DraftKings for some reason doesn't want to put in draft props. In
Right.
New York could be another place, I don't know. But I was able to find a couple that I liked in bet 365. So the first one, under 2.5 running backs to go in the first round. I think two go. I don't think another one. I don't think another one hops in. I think maybe Omarion Hampton and and I, Ashton
Gentry.
Genty, obviously,
Yeah.
but I don't think Travion Henderson. I don't think
No.
he goes.
Yeah.
And just like because there's so many good running backs, I think people wait on it. That's
Right.
minus 150 currently,
Yeah, I like that too.
and I've
Shit, it
got
might be only
two.
one.
I got two Texas dudes. I got two Texas dudes that I think that are good value in terms of like what I'm seeing around. I'm hearing.
Hmm.
I like Jade Barron
The corner.
under 18 and a half. So, I think he's going to go before 18.
Right.
That's at minus 140 with the
Minus
with the
140
Will Johnson
for
stuff. Like
under
some,
my
I
fault.
get
My fault. What he said? Minus what 18 and a half. So he's gonna go before
minus
18.
140. Yeah,
Right, minus 140. Yeah, I
yeah,
like that.
or 18. I
Yep,
just feel
yep.
like with Will Johnson, I think he kind of like I don't know. There's it's got like some stuff that that kind of you're hearing that he's going to slide a little bit, and I think that the Dolphins might be the floor for him, but
Hmm.
still there's still leeway there. No,
Right.
not the floor, like the bottom floor.
Yeah, 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 I know what you meant.
Yeah, when you're talking over under on draft positions, it's like everything is flipped. But
Right.
and also Kelvin Banks, the tackle from Texas as well. I think he's gonna go before I think he's gonna go the latest to the Jets, man. I kind of feel like the
Really?
Armand Membu kind of hype kind of died down. That's one of the things that happens when you start all this over analysis early and all that.
Right.
But I think he goes I think he might go to the Jets. It kind of feels like it's the momentum is going that way.
Hmm.
Because now with the Raiders that they say that they might take Membu or they might mess around and take Banks at 6. So
Yeah.
um I think
What's the number on him? On
minus 130 as well. There's not a lot,
no, but minus
there's not a
130.
lot of
What number though? What number? What round?
7.5. 7.5.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I know it's a little dicey. I think he could go 7 or 8. I don't know. I just like it. I just feel like everything I'm hearing a lot like he's like the NFLs are way higher on him than people on online and what people on TV are saying.
Right.
So I think that's one of those things. But my three, the
What's
only ones that
what's
kind
the
of stood out to
what's
me.
the other tackle too? Is it Crooks? The I heard he was moving up. I thought his name was Crooks. I gotta look it up. But
Well,
um
there's Campbell,
yeah,
Banks,
Will Campbell.
and Membo are the
Oh, it
you
is
know
Banks. It is Banks. Yep, yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
So
That's what it is. Yep. He's moving up a lot. Yeah, I've been
mhm.
hearing a lot about him lately too.
So I don't
But
know. I mean, do you have anything that you have anything that you like
I didn't
specifically,
look at
or
any
did you see?
props. I didn't look at any props. I will say this though. I say four quarterbacks in the first, bro. I know you. I know me and you've been going at it a little bit. We've mentioned that we that you don't think three go, but yo, I'm starting to feel like four, man. All right, so you think Dart's not going in the first round?
Yeah, but I mean, I think I have it at 3. I think it's
Three,
going to end up being Shador, Dart, and obviously Cam Ward. I
right?
don't think like that Shuck stuff, like that the Tyler Shuck stuff reminds me of a couple years ago. I forget who the quarterback. It might have been Malik Willis that people were saying like he was going to go top 10
Right.
and even with the Will Levis, even with Will Levis, I feel like they were talking him up and like how they kind of over they think that every year teams are going to convince
Overdraft.
themselves into
Right.
drafting a quarterback earlier than they should.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I just think like maybe like the way that this this year has gone and how everybody has gone out like the narrative obviously that this is not a good quarterback draft. I
Yeah.
feel like if anything it's going to push teams to be like to not reach You know what I'm saying? And look
Right.
for value on somebody maybe that they had instead of like trying to trade up into the first round,
Right. And I would
or trying to
agree.
reach for a quarterback.
I would agree. I agree with what you're saying. A lot of that. The only thing I have a question with, bro, is what the fuck are the Steelers gonna do? What the fuck are the Saints gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are the Giants? I mean, the Giants are safe. The Giants played it well, and I'll give Joe Shane credit. You know, I've been the first one here hating on him when he laughs. Shit, I'm the first one to give credit when credit is due. Shane, I like the way he's played it
It came
because
out.
we're not desperate right now. We're not desperate as Pittsburgh is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, we don't have to move back into the first like everybody's saying to get a quarterback at the end of the first. We don't got to. We don't got to reach.
Uh-huh.
We don't got to reach
Uh-huh.
with. Hold on. We don't got to
Uh,
reach at three for a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Dart goes, if Dart goes to the Saints or goes a little earlier, right? Because that means Cam and Shador are off the board, right? And now in the top 15, Dart is gone. Now things is getting spicy now. Now it's Pittsburgh might have to reach. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland might have to reach. You know what I'm saying? The Giants might have to make a move back into the first round. You know, because I just don't feel like you're gonna sit with the second and the second round. You're gonna sit in the beginning of the second round and get the quarterback you want there. Especially if Dart gets off the board in the top 15. You think Dart's going in the top 15?
I actually have a prediction to where he's gonna go.
Ooh, okay, okay. A
And
direct prediction.
that'll lead me to my top three things that I think are gonna happen. Top three things that I think maybe
Uh-huh.
are probably going to happen today.
Maybe, probably. Let's go. I love it.
Book it,
Maybe,
kind of.
maybe, probably a fact. Maybe,
All
probably
right,
book
so
it.
I'm gonna hit you. I well, I think the first one I'm gonna say is I think that this is gonna be there's gonna be a lot more eventful than last year's draft in terms of like positioning because I just think like how everybody's like saying how this is like a weak draft. There's not real any like superstar players. I think maybe teams are more inclined to like kind of get the guy that they want, and not worry
Mhm,
about, like, oh, we could sit here and get this guy. Like, I feel like there's a couple good players at every position, and then after that, it kind of drops off significantly. Like, even with the tight ends, it's like there's a lot of tight ends in this draft, but I feel like there's two that people really want to go for, like
mhm,
Colston Loveland and obviously Tyler Warren.
mhm,
So I feel like those are the two that people might like. I need a tight end, but do I want to wait till like the end of the second round, like the end of the third round or something like? Let me just go get one of the ones that I know are gonna be good.
right.
So I feel like those two that kind of like is gonna and like even with the other positions like that,
Mhm,
um, I feel like that's kind of I feel like in that case, I feel like that's gonna cause a lot of trades, a lot of maneuvering. So I think that's one of the we're gonna get a lot more action because I think last year was kind of weak in terms of trades on day one.
yeah.
So I think that is going that way this year, and
Mhm,
it'll lead me to well, actually, you know what? Let me give you. I already kind of said it. I feel like there's gonna be three quarterbacks taken.
okay.
Jalen Milroe is not going to be taken even if he's there. I don't think he's
Mhm,
going to be taken in the first round. I think he's like a middle of the second round guy along with Shuck. I think after Milrow goes in the second round, I think that's when like the panic is gonna go for somebody like Shuck. But when you're taking a quarterback that's gonna be at the end of his
right.
rookie
Yeah.
contract,
Oof.
he's going to be
Right. That's
30
crazy. That's crazy.
because he's gonna be 26
Yeah.
when the season starts, and it's a second, like the second round contract, third round
Right.
contract.
I
Those are
know.
4 years, and and then
That's
you can
crazy.
on
When you
top of
look at
that you can
when you
probably hit
word it
him
like
with
that, it's
the
crazy.
with the fran when you hit him with the franchise 2 years, if he's actually over like
Hmm.
outplaying his contract, whatever, you
Hmm.
franchise him for 2 years, and now you've had him for 6 years. Now
Hmm.
he's 32. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like one of those things where it's like, do you want to actually? take a guy that, by the time he gets to his second contract, he's going to be
Right.
middle-aged, more or less. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I just think that kind of plays into it. So I think three quarterbacks go. I think those quarterbacks going to be obviously Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, and Shador Sanders. And the final prediction for that, I think the Giants are going to trade up to the 20th pick
Ooh, who's that with?
to get ahead of. I think I just think that they're going to try to get ahead of the Steelers
Hmm.
so they can get the pick between Shador or
Dart.
Jackson Dart. And if it's not the Giants, I'd look for the Browns as well. Because maybe you got Dion in the background, hoping that maybe, you
Hmm.
know, Shador and Travis Hunter
Hmm.
now together again. Maybe that opens up a little thing for next year if Kevin Stefanski falls on his face.
Right.
Maybe he comes into coaching the Cleveland Browns. Just something to ponder.
Yeah. Nah, I
Something to
like that.
ponder. So
So
I think somebody
so
trades up to 20 to get ahead of this.
gotcha. I was about to say that.
Because I think the Steelers is the next, like the next team that's going to, like almost like the Kenny Pickett thing, which I mean, coincidentally might be the 21st pick as well. It might have been 20th or 22. I'm
Yeah.
not sure because this is where the Steelers pick every year anyway. But
Gotcha.
I
Word.
feel like that's kind of like where they're gonna sit back and see what how this plays out a little bit. And because waiting on Aaron Rodgers, I mean, at some point, I can see somebody like Mike Tomlin being like, "Yo, enough of this shit. I can't do this no more." Like
Yeah.
he's already, he's got to figure something out. So I think the Steelers are going to pick one of the quarterbacks, and it's either going to be Shador or Jackson Dart, and
Hmm.
the guy and the team that trades up to 20 is going to trading up to 20 to get ahead of them to pick the quarterback that they want ahead of them.
So it's between Dart and Shador at that point. You don't think Shador or Dart go before that, obviously. All right. That's cool. That's crazy.
No,
I feel, man, yeah.
and I
I
don't know.
feel
Do you
I
have
feel like
anything?
you
I
got
don't know. Do you know have anything?
not crazy. I mean, I just I'll say this, but I don't think Shador is there by the time Pittsburgh goes up. I don't think Shador is there by 21, man. And
I don't know, man. I just think that the consensus is like, that now, like, because obviously all the stuff that they came out, but that could just be to kind of tarnish his image
yeah,
and kind of,
exactly. Of course,
there's
make
always
it
a
drop.
hater too
Right.
that kind of do that. But I just feel like there's teams stupid enough to like hold them into place where a team might have reached.
Yeah.
Might have reached because like especially like let's say in a situation like when right after the season when Shador it was Cam and Shador 1-2 you know what I'm saying like
Hmm.
and there was still that hype. I feel like like maybe you get a team that's like anxious to take them quick, like, but with all the time that's passed and kind of the narrative that's kind of
Hmm.
spread a little bit to a certain extent,
Hmm.
like where it's like now do I want to be the team that looks like a fool for reaching for one of them
Right.
when everybody is like, I told you so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like that's a situation with him, and honestly, like from what I hear, it's kind of like where he should be, more or less.
Right.
So I just feel like the hype in the beginning kind of uh
Died down.
it put him at a level that I don't think his play and his evaluation was to par with, and kind of all of this time kind of let you set back and see, you know what? All right, he's decent, but we're not gonna go crazy over this.
Gotcha. Yeah. So three quarterbacks in the first round, man. This is the only thing. The only objection I have is, I feel like someone. Well, you kind of said they're gonna jump back into the first round, but once Dart goes, I feel like that's when I feel like there's gonna be a rush to get those last two quarterbacks, Milrow and Shuck,
Hmm.
and I think that's gonna be. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if another team jumps in the first round and right before the end of the first round to grab one of them. And that's why I say I think four quarterbacks in the first round. But
But I don't know. I just think that if you get those three teams that get the quarterback
mhm.
in the first round, who else really needs to be reaching for a quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, if you say Cleveland, let's say obviously Cam Shador goes to what you say. Cleveland jumps in front, gets Shador. Now Steelers get Dart. Now you think the Giants have to they could sit there at two at the second round at the second round and pick up a quarterback there, and they don't gotta worry about that. That's what you're saying,
because who at the end is really, in need of one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
and like if those obviously those quarterbacks go there, that's obviously three less teams that need quarterbacks. So it's like,
Right,
who are you scared of going that is going to pick ahead of you to take that quarter? It's
right,
almost, and obviously it's Russian roulette. It's kind of
right.
wait and see. That's part of the game with the draft. So
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, it
that's
makes
why we
sense.
love the
It
draft,
ma- it
baby. All
makes sense.
the
Yeah, you're
Russian
right. It does make sense though. I just feel like so then you're right. So there's gonna be that battle between Cleveland and New York Giants to go get that third quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know.
That makes sense. All right.
So what do you got?
Um,
You got any predictions? Anything that you
not
think is going to go down? Like,
prediction wise, I mean, as far as I'll stick with the four quarterbacks in the first. I'll stick with that. Uh, that's pretty. I think that's pretty. I'll say two. What you said, two running backs in the first, right?
yeah.
I like that too.
I don't
So
know.
I
And
agree.
I,
I agree with a
I
lot of
think
that.
I thought the wild card was like, I was starting to think yesterday that how how much of a surprise move would it be for Mike Vrabel to throw some Ashton Genty onto the board and kind of, do the
Yeah,
King Henry thing, up in
yeah.
New
I
England.
definitely thought
Kind of,
about that. That definitely crossed my mind, but I don't know. He's a defensive guy too, though. So it's
yeah,
like,
but I mean, you could put a defensive guy and running back guy together. It's the same thing. I know
right,
it's like
right,
one's defense and one's
right, right, right,
offense.
right. No, you're
You know what
100%
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no offensive guy is a running back guy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
just
the
think the
offensive guy is a
right,
quarterback and wide
right,
receiver guy usually.
yeah, and that's a
The
form of protecting your
defensive
quarterback
guy
too.
is
Right,
exactly.
right,
It's doing the complementary football
right.
that every
Exactly.
defensive guy talks
Right,
about. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Obviously, you
Exactly.
run the football. They
Right,
know that they know the effect that a good running back has on a
right,
defense.
right,
Wear him down.
right.
Somebody like Ashton Genty.
He is
I
a
mean,
stud.
and there's questions about
But they got an early pick in the second round too, though. So they're gonna end up with they're gonna if they prioritize the running back, they're gonna get somebody good in the second round. But
yeah, I know, but I mean,
they got the
it's
38th
like,
pick.
yeah, but it's like,
That's a
think
sixth
about
pick in the second round.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, think about how that was King Henry was the guy on that team. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter the quarterback that they had, you know. It doesn't, it doesn't matter the receivers, the offensive game. Like, it's going the way that he played, how he was most successful
Hmm.
was going through the running back. And what better running back than, like in a draft like this where there's few, that there's few blue chip players by all
Right.
accounts. Go with the one that everybody knows is good. He's number one. There's
He is.
plenty of play. There's plenty of people who have him as the number one player in the draft.
Right. Nah, yeah. I definitely crossed my mind, but I don't know. It could be, man. It could be, and it's a good fit there. I mean, he's gonna like to run the ball, like you said, but that O line, man, I feel like they gotta keep this kid May up, man. I mean, they're gonna get that kid killed, but that'd be crazy though to get their the running back of the future right there, that'd be nice. That'd be definitely that's definitely something that I mean, especially as a Jet fan, you should worry about. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a
That's
good
why
quarter.
I don't know. I mean, I think he, that's it's a defensive. I mean, obviously you can't really, with the Dolphins, but who knows what's going to happen with the Dolphins. But
Mhm.
the AFC East has always been a traditional like defensive and hard nose that type of division, man. And when it gets cold outside, and you
Right.
know what I'm saying, to run the ball, it's the same. It's similar to the NFCs. It's similar to the AFC North. It's just, once it gets that time of the year, man, it's a different kind of football. So he could line it, he could do the Will Campbell thing. He can, um, but there's like I said, there's the questions about his arm length.
Right.
Is he a left tackle? So
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I just think that there's a lot of wild cards. I know the kind of the consensus is that Will Campbell is going fourth, and the top four are already lined up
Nah,
on
it
Bet
starts
three
right there. It
on
starts right there. It starts right after us.
on Bet 365. That
Mhm.
combo that with Will Campbell at the end is like minus 3,000. So by
Mm.
all means, that's what seems like it's
Right.
going,
Hmm.
and it just and I'll piggyback on that combo with Ashton Genty going to Jacksonville. That's the top one there as well by a large
Yeah, I
margin.
seen that
So
recently a lot. Yeah, but you might not get there, man. You might
I
not
don't know.
get
I
there.
mean, I just think like the guy he's coming, like the guy the Jaguars. I think James Gladstone. If I'm not mistaken,
Oh, the
the
GM there?
the
Yeah.
GM that came from the Rams.
Yeah.
That's another one, man. You don't know. Like last year and this year's being mentioned as well. Like the Rams are trying to move up for a tight end. I don't know if maybe he thinks that the tight end is a spot that's worthy to go there. Maybe they go with Warren and then over Genty, but I just
Damn. You think so? With the fifth
well,
pick, Warren?
well yeah,
Damn.
it just all depends, man.
Yeah.
That's the intrigue.
Yeah,
Like I
that's the
said,
beauty.
there's
Exactly. That's
that
the beauty
that's
of the draft.
with the way that these with the way that these positions and players and are stacking up. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like anything's in the cards.
Right. Uh-huh. But real quick, just to talk a little bit of the Giants and Jets. I kind of want to talk about that real quick. Um, any like final prediction on what the Jets are gonna do with the first two picks, or what you want them to do?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna hop on tomorrow, let's the second pick. Maybe we could kind of see because I just think
Okay.
that it's either gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be offensive line, hopefully.
Hmm.
Um, just because I don't know. With the Raiders, that's the only thing. It depends. If the Raiders take Mason Graham or if they take the offensive lineman, it all like how this stacks up kind of like kind of helps play out the rest of the draft. I feel like they have to get a playmaker on offense, but they also
Hmm.
need a right tackle. If you can solidify your right tackle and have a whole line that's under 30 all together going
Hmm.
forward, I feel like that eliminates a problem that you have going forward.
Right.
There's always a tight end that pops up somewhere that gets released that
Right.
you can trade for that
Hmm.
can fill in a gap until you find somebody. I just
Right.
feel like that's the way you should go. I know Mason Graham is a guy that could do a lot of damage on that front,
That'd be nice.
but it would be nice. But the thing is, it's like in a like a defensive tackle, uh, a deep defensive
Right.
tackle
Yeah. Yeah.
draft.
Right.
When you have all those other pieces on the defensive line, I feel
Yeah.
like you should just be getting little fits that
Yeah.
package players that you can get later on in the draft
Yeah.
that you can just plug and play like
Right.
on your rotation. So I just don't think if Mason Graham is there and the guy that and the offensive lineman that they wanted to take isn't there,
Right.
then I can't complain. But I just think like tight end, man, like last year they didn't go with they didn't take, obviously it's a different regime. They
Right.
didn't go with
Bowers.
Brock Bowers,
Yeah.
but he was a better player and it was a later pick. Like,
Right.
going now, it just feels like you kind of be reaching.
Right. I don't know. I'm more of a Loveland guy myself. I think he's gonna be if everything works out, if he goes to the right place, he's gonna be a fucking problem, bro. Loveland's I would take Loveland over Warren just because he's a pure weapon, pure receiver. He's nasty, man. He moves so crazy. His feet work is ridiculous. He understands how to get open as a tight end. You could stretch him out. I'm more of you could put him out on the wide out. I mean, like that kid's a beast, man. But
Yeah.
as far as the Giants go, obviously it's between it's whatever the Browns do, right? If the Browns go Hunter, which is probably what they're gonna do, we get Carter. If not, I'm hoping. Oh, if not, if Browns go Carter, we get Hunter. I think that's the obvious uh two picks there. It's probably gonna be Carter. I'll take Carter, man, because I really think that he can play both inside and outside. So he's going to be more
Mhm.
of a threat outside, obviously. But I think you can sprinkle him inside, which we need anyway, because we
Yeah.
don't really got an inside linebacker like that. And I mean, Okereke, he's solid, but he didn't look good last year with the new defense. So obviously Abdul Carter there. And then I guess we won't talk about the second round picks, but hopefully we'll jump in there in the first round and get a QB.
Yeah, because I mean,
I'm
we see who's available. You see
right.
how everything.
Exactly.
Maybe
No, I
there's
agree.
somebody who drops. You know what I'm saying? So
But
like,
if you're right and they do jump in the first, it would be for a quarterback. And I think that I think they should go for a quarterback. I'd rather have them sit and pick in the second round. But you might not get the guy you want. And if you really oh shit, who? Oh shit, we're missing the fucking game for this shit. But yeah, so real
I missed it and I have it on.
damn. But yeah, man,
Oh shit!
so obviously I don't know
Oh,
how
Reed
I'm
just
missing the
elbowed the
game, man.
fucking ref too.
Crazy. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to get to?
Now you know what? Tomorrow we could just tighten it up on there. There's a lot going on right now, so
All right, but
uh,
yeah, a lot of my guys are
I
gonna be
got.
there. A lot of my guys of my top five, my five guys that I want are gonna be are gonna be there in the second round. Hopefully, most of them are later rounds. The only thing I want to mention though, I just want to mention this shit real quick. Jalen Walker getting out of the top 10 is a steal, bro. The fact that man's projected out of the top 10 is fucking insane. Whoever gets that man, he's got to fucking play it, man. Jalen Walker is one of
He
my guys,
might.
and even
He
though,
might.
right,
He might go. He might go to the Saints. He might go to the. He might go to the
right,
Saints, or he might go to Panthers. So I don't know.
yeah, the Panthers look like a good spot for him. But he's the fact that they're projecting him out of the top 10 is fucking insane. And I only put him in there because of that. Because so many people got him outside of that top 10. And I just look at
Mhm.
that kid and I said, how the fuck? I mean, where did Khalil Mack go? Then he go in fucking the top two? I forgot what Khalil Mack ended up going, but he
He
reminds me
was. I think he was the sixth pick.
six. He reminds me a lot of Khalil Mack, son. A lot of them. But
Yeah.
yeah, he does, man. And he plays inside, though. That's the crazy. He's like a more athletic Mac. He plays in the inside. He's what, 6'3". Khalil Mack was a little taller though, but it's crazy, man. He's a beast, but all right,
I'm
man.
good,
Yeah,
I
let's
think.
get out of here. Let's watch this
Yeah.
Nick game,
Your
man.
boy, your boy Beef, your boy
Right.
Beef Stew is doing the James Johnson thing. Anytime that there's a scrap like with the Pacers, the first person that the show is James Johnson just wandering around like the dad.
That's good. All
But
right,
yeah,
yo.
but it was Reed's fault though too. Like what's he doing?
Crazy. I don't know. I gotta watch it though. But
You can't
yo,
push. Oh, okay. Oh, you
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. I don't got my shit on. That's
All
all I
right,
wanna. We did what
Bobby.
we did what we came to do. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Spoke some little draft, unless we got something else. Flex, you got
Nah,
more?
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go.
I'm good. I got something for tomorrow though. But let's go
Bet.
Knicks.
Let's go,
Let's
Nick.
go Knicks.
Yo, H,
All right,
holla at
bro.
me, man.